committee. I appreciate you for doing the hard work.
List a
On the grant summary page.
on the grant summary page. It does not
Yes,
list.
the grant summary page is usually at the end.
Does our finance department over here in the corner have an amount?
Well, I can give you all three that will be coming to you over the next 3 weeks, and
What
they
was the number?
don't give us an order.
1237 does not list an amount.
I thought it was.
Let me pull up the bill.
See, that's what I'm telling you about.
It's always on the grant summary page at the end, but
Yeah, it just doesn't list an amount on the analysis.
Do we need to rescind our motion and move it to next calendar?
I can find it.
An amount?
Frankly, Scarlett,
Well, we certainly don't want to hold up getting the funds, so
Yeah.
I will find that. It will take me a moment.
So there is a motion to approve.
We have a motion on the floor, so at this point, we are not in more discussion if we have a motion on the floor.
I was just curious the amount. I wonder how much money goes to this.
All right. Is there a second?
yes, sir.
You have a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Any opposed?
I'll be
Motion
sure
passes.
to email.
I was just curious about, do you know about?
Well, we are a $4 million agency, $4.2 million agency, but we don't get all of that at one point. So, and like I said, it is broken into chunks, and we generally don't know the amount that's coming to each time unless it's on the grant summary. And I can email that to you, though. It usually won't take me but a minute.
It's okay. Thank
It's
you.
interesting, because I feel like in the past, we've had that amount before us. So.
Yes.
Well, I'm thinking, I'm sorry, but in budget and finance, I would have sworn yesterday.
That we had an amount?
Yeah, but that doesn't
I just don't find it in the
mean we did.
All right.
Well,
So
it's free money, so.
with that, I will move on to our second.
Free. There's always, when federal and state tell you to do something, it's never free.
Connections.
All right, moving on to our second item on the agenda, second and final. This is Resolution RS 2018-1243. The sponsors are the council members Glover and Swope. The lead sponsor, Councilmember Glover, is present. This requests the Investment Committee of the Metro Employee Benefit Board, the Metro Finance Department, and the Metro Office of the Treasurer to review contracts regarding the management of Metro's pension fund and explore other options in order to lower pension management fees and expenses. Is there a motion?
Move it.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion?
What I'd like to do is try and explain what this is. Do you want me to sit here or do you want me to come up there? I don't care. Okay.
Come on, Steve.
Just come on up.
Come on
Yeah.
down.
To the hot seats.
Okay. All right, so several months ago, maybe half a year, 8 months ago, Tennessean reported our cost of the money management side of the pension, okay? We've got a little below $3 billion in our pension fund. We're funded at like almost 97%, so the funding is good, everything's good. But the cost was $39 million, or in my world, that's 103 basis points, all right? When I saw that, I about had a coronary. I'm going, wait a minute, on $3 billion, we're paying 103 basis points? That's ridiculous. And so I started reaching around. I specifically called TCRS because the state passed a law, I don't know if it was 5 years ago or something like that, Kevin, where now they actually offer money management. You don't move the money to them. You don't change your pension. You don't change anything about your pension. The only thing you do is change who's managing the money. And they charge roughly 22 basis points, but let's say it was even 40 basis points. This would be able to save somewhere in the neighborhood of, my estimate is about $30 million a year in fees. Well, last year we spent out of our general operating fund $74 million to make sure everything was actuarially sound. If all we had to send in was $44 million or $54 million in order to keep everything actuarially sound, to where we didn't give all those fees to New York money managers, then it keeps it here locally. We can use it in order to COLA or whatever. But that way, you don't change any of the actuarials on it. You don't change any of the rules on how the pension works. You still would have a custodian of the money. It's just who is managing those assets. So all this does is say, guys, I think it's worth looking at. We don't have the authority to say do it. But if it makes sense, then I think we need to explore it, given the financial situation we're in.
Councilmember Murphy?
Can we hear from Administrative Finance and then from HR on this?
Sure. What's your question?
Your opinion on the bill or the resolution?
So, Councilmember Glover in Budget and Finance yesterday offered an amendment that would give us a little more time. The amendment says that we have a week from the next meeting of the committee to, I guess, sort of let you know what's going on. And that's what the Department of Finance intends to do.
Do we have that amendment before us too?
We do, yeah.
Okay.
It's our friend's amendment.
And Shannon, does the HR department have any opinions on this legislation?
I want to be just careful about what opinion I offer. I'm not a member of the investment committee. That makeup is clearly outlined in the code or charter, and is specifically names who is on that committee, and the HR director is not one of them. As a member of the board, though, and as the person who oversees the staff that supports the board, I'm sure the investment committee will entertain any appropriate option on cost-saving measures. As a benefit board member, I think it's worth noting that there are a lot of different factors that come into play with regard to our pension fund. We are one of the last remaining defined benefit plans, which is a big deal. We are the gold standard in the United States. So with regard to how our funding is and how our investments have been, so I would say that for the most part, the board has been very comfortable with the moves of the investment committee thus far. So I don't want to negate the work that's been done by the investment committee, but I'm sure that they're willing to explore whatever appropriate options, but I certainly don't want to speak for them.
Are they all
So-
appointed by the mayor's? I'm sorry.
Are you finished with
I'll
your-
finish up real quick.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So let me make sure I understand the resolution correctly, that this resolution is just directing them to look at using the state or looking at using other management
We
companies?
specifically mentioned TCRS because I can give specific numbers on that.
Okay.
We gave an actual 10-year track record. Under TCRS, the average annual return was 5.87%. Under the current plan, it's 5.9%. That's right. On an average basis over a 10-year period, there's not enough difference. The fees are considerably different. I will tell you, because I live in this world, having 110 money managers in here, that's one reason the fees are as high as they are, because you're not putting your eggs in a small enough basket as far as the risk pool. When you've got 110 money managers, you're going to have high fees, and you're going to have churning.
So I guess my thoughts here, as somebody who, in my professional career, represents employees in their ability to associate and advocate for their benefits. I think if we were just asking the board and the investment board and HR and the administration to look at our options and make sure that we're getting the best deal, then that's one thing that I'm okay with. If we are encouraging in any way that one way over another, I'm a little hesitant there. I'm a little hesitant for a reason. Let me play this out a little bit. Is a couple years ago, the state also took their defined benefit plan that was well-funded and took care of their employees in a good way that, as I think some other former state employees in here can speak to, they changed it to a hybrid. And one of my concerns is that while we may have the best of intentions with this resolution, I want to make clear my intention is to I don't want to say never and tie my hands here, but is to not change the benefits that we currently offer to our employees, because as you mentioned, we are extremely well funded. As our HR director mentioned, we are one of the gold standards, and the fact that we are able to provide the defined benefit to our employees is something that I'm extremely proud of, when other cities in Tennessee cannot do that. And I just want to make sure that we're not opening the door to start considering a hybrid plan or changing anything for new employees in the future, because had it not been for the employees that came before us and the management of the defined benefit plan before us, we would not be having the great options that we have now to offer to our employees.
And
So-
that's why we're talking about just the management of funds,
Okay.
not any other management.
Okay,
Just
not the
strictly-
plan, nothing else.
Not the plan, nothing else. Just strictly who's managing the money
Okay.
piece of it. Okay, so, and that's why I went to FOP last night. I'm going to the fire hall to talk about.
Monday, good.
Yeah, I'm
Good.
going out to explain exactly what this would do. It's merely asking them to explore,
And I hope
is
that. I
there
hope
a
that-
way to save money on this?
And I think, given my experience, and I'm sure my fellow union brothers and sisters in here can agree with me, that I know that the union I work for does have those resources at our international level to look at some of that. And so I hope the administration will be open to that too, if those unions choose to do that. I'll encourage Local 140 to do that. Kevin?
Committee members,
Or
we have
Chairman?
about 4 minutes left, so.
That's okay. I was just asking on the investment board, who all's on that and how does it get appointed real quick? I'm just not familiar with it.
It's 3 mayor appointed and the finance director. And typically they have some background in it. We have one particular member that is specifically, this is the strong suit that he has brought to the table, and he is very valuable to us, you know. So yes, the 3 mayor appointeds and the
And
finance.
then one more question to finance. Since you just came from the state, you might know this as well. How many cities does the state manage funds for other cities throughout the state? Their actual retirement system. Do you know if they actually manage money for cities across the state?
In TCRS,
Yeah.
No, outside of TCRS. This is, because what you're suggesting is.
No, I know what he suggested. This was just a totally
How
separate.
many cities are in TCRS?
Are there any
how
cities?
many are in TCRS?
I just wondered if they did that and if they.
There's
Yeah,
Yeah, there's quite a few.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just. I know we're large enough to do it ourselves. I was just curious how many they
I don't
actually did.
remember.
So.
And you would have not just the local government, but the local education.
Gotcha.
They do.
All right, are we ready to call a vote for the bill, and then we'll take the amendment?
No. We amend it first and then we vote on the bill.
That's right.
Okay.
I'll move the amendment.
Okay.
Second.
great.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, now for the bill as amended.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, guys, thanks.
Sorry,
Thank
Brett, I
you.
didn't mean that. It's like-
Move to adjourn.
I was like, wait a minute.